Hi there YouTube, it's me Gemma, and what I'm coming to you today with is my least favourite books of 2019. Now, having a look at my Goodreads, I have so far read 139 books in 2019. There's still a couple of weeks left to go and I probably will read a couple more. But I wanted really to talk about the books that I disliked the most this year, first of all, and then in my next video I will go over the ones that I really liked. So the first, let me go back to the very beginning, quite a long list. So back to the beginning of the year, I started off reading quite a lot of vampire related books. I have been watching the Maven of the Eventide's channel and I got back on my Dracula bullshit. So one of the books that I read was Vlad the Impaler, In Search of the Real Dracula by M.J. Trow, and I really disliked this. I am a sucker for, you know, biographies of Vlad the Impaler and, you know, related things. But this book just, it hopped around so much on the timeline that I couldn't really, I could keep track of where it was going, but it wasn't very pleasantly laid out. It didn't have a lot of information I didn't already know. All in all, just not worth the money I paid for it. And then the next book I disliked was Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. Now, this is objectively a good book. I know a lot of people really love Laini Taylor's writing. I just don't. I felt like nothing really happened in the book. It just dragged on and on and on. The two sequels dragged on and on and on. And I've come to the conclusion that Laini Taylor is just not for me, because I also read Strange the Dreamer and did not like that. That is also my most disappointing book to read. So many people told me that it was good and I just didn't like it, which is sad. So then I read a lot of Maggie Stiefvater, started reading some Leigh Bardugo, enjoyed all those. The next book that I was disappointed in was Wicked Saints by Emily Duncan. Now, again, a lot of people really loved this. I enjoyed parts of it. I think it really is a debut novel and that there could have been some more heavy editing of the plot. I just felt like it skipped around and there was problems with it. It is, however, a good sort of bouncing off point, and I will continue on with that series. Next book I didn't like was The Scorecard Killer, Life of Serial Killer Randy Stephen Kraft, and that was by Jack Smith. I read this one on Kindle Unlimited, and I think I might make a video about Kindle Unlimited actually, because I think if you are not a romance reader, then I don't know how much you'll get out of Kindle Unlimited, to be quite honest. Most of the true crime books on there are not of a very high quality. Quite a lot of ones that I've picked up from there have been just people slapping some Wikipedia articles together with formatting and calling it a book, and it's just not. So I didn't like this one. This one can actually stand in for a couple of true crime ones I tried to read on Kindle Unlimited actually. I would recommend, if you are into true crime and you want a service like that, go for Scribd, because it has much better quality books in the true crime genre on there. Now, the next book I really did not like, and this was such a disappointment, was The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. And this was really disappointing because a lot of people, again, that I follow or watch their channels, really liked it, thought it was really a good spooky read. But for me, it just had some really problematic elements, and I hate using the word problematic, but it just had some things that I just couldn't really get past in order to enjoy it. And I did a full rant review of that one, which I will link up in the cards. And then I read No Exit by Taylor Adams, which was just disappointing. I thought I was going to like it more. Books and Lala had talked about it and it just wasn't for me, so I was quite disappointed with that one. And then Before He Finds Her by Michael Cardos. I think I said when my wrap up it was obvious that a man had written it. And this is meant to be a thriller about a girl who grows up thinking that her dad killed her mum and all sorts of other stuff. So the premise sounds good, but I wouldn't bother. And then I was really disappointed in A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. I really wanted to like this because I really like Beauty and the Beast retellings. I love them. But I agree with a couple of other people that have said this. It's like you've got these two people alone in this castle and it's gone on for so long and just plot hole. Not plot hole, but it's just I didn't enjoy it. I know a lot of people did, and it's got good representation, good disability representation, but just not for me. I find it really disappointing. I know a couple other people have as well. Hopefully, though, the sequel will be good, but I wouldn't bother reading it. And then, also disappointing for me was The Diviners by Libba Bray. I really wanted to like this. It sounded so up my alley. It was in my 5-star predictions video, but I just didn't like it. I appreciated the setting, I appreciated the writing, but I didn't like the main character at all, and I won't continue reading on the series, about which I'm really sorry because so many people love it, and there was a read along and I wanted to do it, and etc, but just not for me. Then next, most disappointing was Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This to me was like, I had to look at the date it was published because I was thinking, was this published like around the same time as The Hunger Games or any other of the million dystopian novels, YA novels that were written? I got to the end and I will not be continuing with the series because, as I say, it was just really, I thought it was pretty formulaic, and I again did not like any of the characters, which does not help. So following on from that would be my least favourite book of the year, which was Caddying Water by Thomas Harris. Again, I did a whole rant review. It was terrible. I talked so much about it. I'm not going to go on about it anymore, but it was the worst book of the year. And then also disappointing this year was Welder Girls by Rory Power. This was, I would say, the most disappointing one because I was amped for this release. I was ready for it, wanted it. It was meant to have like bi girls, it had body horror, it was sci-fi-ish, it was like Lord of the Flies but with teenage girls. And then I read it and it was a complete disappointment to me. So that is my most disappointing book of the year. Not the worst, but definitely the most disappointing. And then also disappointing was The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh. I really wanted to like this. I pre-ordered it. I loved The Wrath and the Dawn. I've said this before, but I just didn't enjoy it. I might continue on with the series, but I'll probably wait until I see some reviews for the next book. That's it. That's all the disappointing books I read this year. I think out of 39 books, that's actually quite a good ratio. I'm normally quite good at weeding out things I will not like, and I tend to not sort of push myself to read in other genres that I don't think I like literary fiction or something like that. Like, I know a lot of people reading like The Goldfinch and Secret History and stuff like that, but I just know it wouldn't be for me. So I just personally don't do that because I know I'm not going to like it and I have limited time. I'm not going to put myself through something I'm not going to enjoy. So yeah. So that is all my worst books of 2019. I will do one obviously of the best ones, and also I want to talk about my favourite channels this year, both on BookTube and non-BookTube channels. So I've probably got another sort of 3 or 4 videos planned in my best of videos of the year, and this just behind me, you'll see it, is my new TBR / sewing cart. I've got my TBR down in the bottom shelf, and then I've got fabric and notions and stuff in here. I'm currently in the middle of making an 18th century chemise from an American Duchess pattern. So that's been really good. I've been listening to so many podcasts and things like that while I've been doing it, so that's been great. So I might also do a best of podcast this year as well, but just really wanted to get back into things with this video, and nice to speak to you all again. I will speak to you soon. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.